Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to do my very first live Q&A. Now, I'm nervous and excited. So if you have any questions for me regarding planning, habit tracking, well-being, simple budgeting routines, what stationery I use, even my YouTube video setup, because I know a lot of you that do pop on by have your own social platform that you share your creativity in. So pop them in the chat, or if you are watching on replay, in the comment section, and I'm more than happy to answer as much and as best as I can. So type in your questions with the Q in front so then I know it can see it nice and clearly. Now, if I do get a question that I need to dig deeper into, I can always create a separate video for it. So like I said, put a Q in front of your question and then I'll get through them as best as I can, or if there's no questions at all, we can just have a nice chat. Now, if you are watching this on replay, make sure you do participate as well. So type in your questions in the comment section and I'll answer them later on. Now, just a bit of housekeeping. I want to make sure that I do let you know I can't give any financial advice. I'm in Australia, and so it's a very highly regulated industry, but I can share with you my simple budgeting routines that help my family keep track of our money. And of course, if there are any sensitive questions that do come up and I am unable to share my thoughts, please do understand. I will share as much as I can, and all I ask is for mutual respect from a place of kindness. So today I would love for you to ask me a question. No questions yet coming through, so this could be a very quick Q&A. I did do a Q&A on my Instagram a little bit earlier, so I'm more than happy to share a little bit of those. So let me just so today what I want to do is you can ask questions about planning, habit tracking, well-being, simple budget routines, and the stationery I use, and then also my YouTube setup. Now, I'm Marianne, and through my planning, I hope to inspire those who are self-assured most times, but sometimes may feel a little bit lost or overwhelmed. Use planning as a form of self-care, and so you have something to focus on. Give yourself some space and grace to allow you to get back on track and do the things that you are great at. Now, all items I do show and mention in today's video, I'm going to go and have them in the description below. So I guess there's no question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my desk, and I'm going to see if I can do this with an extra camera. And then I guess you can just pop your questions in. Let me see how I can do this and see if it works. There we are. Does that work? Share, add to stream. So there we go. So I wanted to do this video anyway. So then I guess, there's a lot of, so let me see if I can just take that away. Of course I can't do that because now I can't see where I am. So let me share with you my setup. So if you have been with me for a while, you see that I do a top-down shot of my desk, and the way I set that up is I have this, so this is actually a microphone stand that I've just rigged. So then I added this ball head right here, so then I can attach a camera. So this one is the Sony ZV-1F, and then I have a Rode Video Mic Pro 2 that allows me to speak to you right now and have the audio, and then my front-facing camera, so which is the one you see me on. Oh, let me see, does that work? No. the one you see me on right now, that is the Sony ZV-1. And so I was playing around with it yesterday. I think it was, no, I was playing around with this one yesterday. I wanted to do some different setup, and unfortunately I reset it and I didn't know how to get things back. So I spent most day trying to get that sorted. So that's the setup. And then for that webcam that you saw, I have an app, Irian webcam app, that allows me to go and film that second shot that you saw. Does this work? Yeah, that second shot there. So then if I did want to be moving around and about, then I can go and shoot as I go. And then for my light box, I have two softbox lighting right here. So all these items, I do have it in my Amazon storefront. So that's in the description if you wanted to check which models and make that I have. So that one, so then the bigger the light, the experts say that it diffuses it, so it doesn't cause harsh lighting on your face. And so if you didn't want any, acne scars or wrinkles to show up as much, then the bigger the light is, the better. So if you do have those ring lights, because they are smaller, hello, hi Elle, how are you? Thank you so much. Happy weekend everybody. So if you do have those ring lights, because they are smaller, the light is more concentrated on your face, so it doesn't diffuse or it doesn't make your face softer. So if you ever think of wanting to set up your YouTube studio, you don't have to buy all the gear right away. Now I have collected a lot of these along the way. I did makeshift lighting myself using aluminium foil, cardboard box, foam cardboard, made my own light box. I made my own ring light from outdoor party lights. So I collected these along the way. So if you are a new YouTuber, make sure that you aren't spending a lot of money thinking that it'll make your video all better. First, make sure you start making videos, because I made the mistake of getting all this gear, but really what I needed to do is I needed to make sure that I get into a consistency of making videos, and going live was something I started back in September of 2022 and have been on average showing up nearly every week now, doing it twice a week, on a Saturday here for me in Sydney, Australia, and a Monday plan with me. So do make sure that you are making sure that you don't have to get all the gear right away. Invest or save up first, and then make sure that you are making videos before you get all these techs. So I just want to put that out there, that do make sure that if you are going to invest in something, save up for the better one, better camera later on. So far there's no questions. Any questions in the for me about planning, how you time block, how you create better habits, making sure you put in self-care in your schedule? Any questions about cash envelopes, wallet, or like I said, the stationery that I use? Make sure you put it in the comments section. But so far no comments yet, so I'm going to see what other things that I can show you along the way. The other things that I have on here, let me see. Oh, behind me. Oh, did you see I changed up my background. So I swapped out some of my Filofax or organizers. So I had before, let me see if I can show you on the other camera. No. Let me see if this is going to work. So on the other camera, or in the background, I had this here. So I had these planner inserts, planner organizers for a while over there. So I thought I'd brighten it up a little bit with bold bold organizers, just to change things up, because you know it's really nice to change things. If you get bored with something, like I say, with planning, if you are not using it because you're bored of the way it is, change things up. You know, one of the things I do is I change up my handwriting. So sometimes I'll have it so then it's, you know, nice and straight up and down, or then another month it might be on a slight slant, or I will change up the thickness of my pen. So sometimes I like the look of 0.38 millimeter, and sometimes I like the look of 0.5 or 0.7 millimeter. And then it's a really great opportunity that if you aren't touching your planner inserts, you need to make sure you are making it attractive. So then that way you are more likely to touch it, you're more likely to plan in it, and at the same time it brings you joy when you open up your desk. So let me just quickly show you. I'm going to swap cameras and then make sure that I show you what I've got, and let's see if this works. Yes. All right, so let me show you my current planner inserts and then what I have at the moment. Let me see if I can put the lighting a little bit lighter. So this is my A5 Norfolk organizer in the color currant, and I'm actually holding a current giveaway on my Instagram page. So after the show, make sure to check that out. The link to my Instagram page is in the description below. So this has a nice fat 35 millimeter ring, so it will fit a lot of your planner pages. So let me quickly just show you. So I like to see, at the moment my handwriting is on a slant. Let me show you some other writings that maybe is straight up and down. Here we go. So this is my books tracker, and see how here on my reading list I have my writing straight up and down. So make sure you're using different tactics and different strategies to make sure that you are making your planner pages look pretty. So again, use washi tapes, colorful markers, dot markers, and then as at the same time other stickers, making sure your pages are colorful. So let me quickly show you I'm going to pop this here because I had this ready. I'm going to show you my desk where I keep my markers and highlighters handy. So let me see if this will work. Okay, here we go, with the magic of swapping my camera. So this is a great opportunity for me to go play around with my camera settings while you guys are trying to figure out questions for me. This is a live Q&A. Come on, let's participate. It doesn't have to be about planning. Want to know about me in particular? Pop them in the question below. I know this is an impromptu live Q&A, but I thought, if I'm not going to do it now, when am I going to do it? So pull the band-aid off and just make sure. So here I've got my pen holder. So this is these clear, I think I bought this from a store here in Australia, but I'll have the link after the show where you can get it from Amazon. So it's got 1, 2, 3 slots and then a little space at the bottom that you can hold bulldog clips. It's got my AirPods and my Apple dongles and adapters and some other things here. And then I've got my Tombow dual brush pens. So these ones, for those who may not know, are double-sided pens. So one is a brush tip end, and then the other, I'm just going to put this down, bear with me, and then the other is a fine tip end. So you get 2 markers in one, and so I like using these for my headings. I did start a while back doing hand lettering styles, you know, those faux or calligraphy type where it's thicker stroke one way and then thinner stroke another. So do you have any pets? No, I don't. I live in a flat, Elle, so I don't think our landlord allows pets, or there are pets in the building, but I'm not sure if we've never had pets. So my first thought was pets. No, I do miss having a dog. I used to have, my brother and I have a younger brother who's 4 years younger, and we used to have a dog each when we were little back in the Philippines, and also when we first arrived here in Australia. But then I guess it's a lot of upkeep, and both mum and dad worked, and then my brother and I were going to school, so it wasn't fair leaving the dog at home by him or herself all the time. So, and my family and I, we've always lived in a flat, so you know it's not viable to keep a pet inside. We only have a small flat. So, but yeah, thank you for that question. Yeah, I do appreciate that. So the next things I have on my little pen and marker stand are my Kuretake Zig Clean Color Dot markers. So these are, here we go, cushy end. One side is a soft cushy end, while the other is a fine tip end right here. And then again, I use these for my habit tracking. So let me show you my habit tracker. And I had lots of stuff on my desk thinking that I would have be able to show you lots of different stuff. Well, for May, I'm using my Zebra Click Art retractable markers to highlight my habit tracking. But let me see if I have one in April where I used up my Kuretake Zig Clean Color Dot. There we go. Can you see? So nice round dots. So depending on the pressure you apply on the paper, the bigger the dots. So for April, I used the same color for the same week just to see much clearer the pattern. And you can see here I wasn't doing my afternoon and PM routine, and then I changed things up along the way. So let's go back to my little pen holder. The other things I have on here are my zebra highlighters, so mild liner. Again, a lot of dual-ended markers where you have the chiseled end on one side for highlighting and then a fine tip point on the other. Now I use those for my expense tracking. I like to color code my expenses. So here we have different color coding, and this one just depends on, you know, what the colors you assigned to different budget categories will depend on what, you know, makes sense for you. So normally what I did with these is I just picked my favorite colors for the budget category that I use the most, or I spend on the most, and then the other highlighters that you know, more subdued ones I use for one or two things. Hey Mathilde, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. Oh, look what I did, guys. Look what I made. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. So this is what I've been playing around with my StreamYard, which is the platform that I use to go live. So I've added some overlays with some welcome, and you know, thank you so much for joining me, everybody here. I do appreciate it a lot. And so the next thing, let me see. Okay, so then that's my desk one side. And then let's cross over to the other side. So I have my most used planner for, let's have a look. There we go. My most used pocket size planners. I just moved this little acrylic drawer here. I don't know what's inside, so hopefully there's nothing that's Let's see. Yes. Oh, thank you, Elle. Elle's one of my fave followers here. We are both YouTubers, and so I appreciate you being here, Elle. Much, much appreciated. Let me see if I can. So in here, it's a bit of a mess at the moment, but it's my Apple Watch wristbands. I normally have it much, much cleaner. And then what's on this one? Nothing. And then I crocheted myself. Look at these. I crocheted myself tiny little AirPod pouches. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. Look at this. Because AirPod case need to stay warm as well during winter. And so there we go. So crocheting is one of my go-to, oh, it's the other way, my go-to self-care time off. So I'm obsessed with planners. Face green, yeah. Oh, fantastic. Yes, I love planners as well. And so I started actually bujoing back in 2017, and I used a Luxterm 1917 dotted journal, A5 dotted journal, and then I followed the Amanda Rach Lee, and I think it's Ryder, the original creator of, you know, the basic bullet journal, Ryder Carroll. So I followed, you know, the methodology, but then love the idea of creating different types of pages, not just productivity, but also fun trackers like reading trackers, movie trackers, book trackers, and having these different collections. And hence, when I made my own planner inserts for my own planning, a lot of it is reminiscent of the, you know, the bullet journaling type of planning. So let me show you. So let me show you. So I have a Polaroid type tracker. I have movies tracker. So I create these tiny little, I print these tiny little movie trackers, and just so then it's a fun way to track what type of movies that I'm watching with my husband, you know, part of time off, unplugging, and spending that social time with your loved ones. The other things I have in here, I already showed you my books tracker. And then I have my TV shows tracker. So again, I have two different versions. I have one here, so where I've just created little circles for each episode of each season. And then the new one, I wanted to be able to print out the little teeny tiny TV posters, and then I was able to, so far these are the series that I've watched with hubby. And so really, it's really funny because I thought, well, let's create a tracker that'll make sure that I'm spending time with my husband sitting on the couch. So even though we're in the same room, so he's over there sitting on the couch and I'll be here doing my, you know, content creation stuff. It's, you know, I am sitting next to each other and laughing or crying or, you know, being in awe of whatever TV shows that we are watching allows us to connect, because then we can create discussions by watching the same TV shows that we both enjoy. So he's got, you know, other TV shows I don't like watching, like paranormal or fantasy type of TV shows that I'm not really into. But then there are some that I make sure that, oh, let's watch that, and then look forward to watching the next episode. And then the other thing that's sort of like Bujo style days is my 52 weeks savings challenge. I even left, let's see if it'll do it, like the little, in my planner, insert the little dotted to make it sort of reminiscent of the bullet journaling style. So let's have a, yeah, so look, this is now the, oh, here we go, and look, the little air. So then I made myself different ones. So each, would have taken me an hour or so sitting on the couch. And again, find that time where you are looking for something that you can enjoy, that there's ambulance. I never know the different sounds of the ambulance, police, and fire truck. So find something that will bring you joy, and then has a clear start and finish with regards to something to focus on. Because for crocheting, you have different steps. When you're crocheting line by line, there is instructions or step-by-step things. Same thing if you're cooking. There is a recipe, there is a form of order into creating something. So find something that you will enjoy, that will take you away from the chaos that's in your mind, or the chaos that is happening in your life, that allows you for a moment acknowledge those moments where you are having a hard time, or you're feeling a little bit lost or a little bit overwhelmed. Always think those emotions are fantastic, because it allows you to be emotionally intelligent, to notice that you have all these feelings and this spectrum of emotions. Imagine if you're just always happy all the time, and that's how people see you all the time, and you're trying to get through day to day just by working through the motion and being happy and making a front to the outside world, when inside you're really, really hurting. Hello, my love of crafting. Is this the first time you've been here? Can I use this for you? Welcome, welcome. Let me know what your first name is. You've probably been here before, and I know you by a different name, but do let me know what your first name is, so then I'd rather it be more personable. And do make sure, if you have any questions, just make sure to pop it in the chat. I get so overwhelmed with all the planners I use on a daily basis that leads me to neglect them all. Look, sometimes I do as well. I've got so many things happening at the same time that I just go, but the thing is, you don't have to touch them all every single day. That's why I sort of have that one key area, which is my habit tracker. So if nothing else gets done, at least I am checking that. So then that way, when I am feeling a little bit lost, this is my go-to. So I'll just go, well, what do I need to do today? All right, meditate, read. That doesn't mean, look, there's days here I didn't even do anything. But I'm okay with that, because there are some other things that would have been going on. I would have been lost, overwhelmed. The other day, I think it was Tuesday, I cried my eyes out, and I had, the self-negative talk. And I just felt like I didn't know what I was doing, and my planner didn't get touched. Let me show you. So this was Thursday, this was Friday, this was last week, Saturday. See, I didn't touch it because I was on the couch just cuddling my feelings, just sitting with my emotions. Sunday, I didn't touch it. Oh no, this is tomorrow. Let me have a look back. Let's go back. So, Sunday was my husband's 50th. So we spent the day. But look, the Saturday before, didn't time block. And I have a video talking about time blocking, right? Planning doesn't have to be that you have to consistently do it each and every day. What it is it's there to help you, help guide you for those days when things aren't going right. But then when things are also going right, you're too busy to go in your planner. So see how you can't look at your planner just as it's because it's empty that maybe you're not good at planning. It just means you had other priorities of the day. Mathilde, which planners will you use for June? I think I'm going to stick with the Norfolk A5 organizer, because then I also moved my 5-year journal into the personal size. So this is the color espresso, and I moved my 5-year journal into that. So this 5-year journal is just 6 months worth, because look how thick it is. So the other July to December is in another personal size planner, because I do add memory photos at the end of each month. It'll start getting thicker and thicker, so I want to make sure that I've already allocated 2 separate personal size planners for my 5-year journal. So I will be sticking to the Norfolk organizers for June in personal with the espresso, and A5 in current. Thank you. I do love that question, because I do change things up. A38 Vegan, hello. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Are you a coffee drinker? If so, what type? I normally order flat white. So as much as I love the foam of cappuccinos or the milkiness of lattes, flat white, I'm not sure if in America flat white is a popular type of drink. So I used to work at Starbucks. I used to manage when Starbucks first arrived in Australia. I worked as a manager in a couple of the different stores that they opened up. So for those of you who may not know the different types of coffee, so cappuccino, so as the name suggests, kappa, is half coffee and half froth. And then latte, so latte I think is milk, is a lot of coffee and then probably that much of the froth. So if you don't want too much froth in your coffee but do want that little bit on top, order a latte. And then flat white really is just your espresso and water mixed with milk, and not really, there's no froth in it. So that is my coffee go-to. A present that my husband and I purchased for us on one of our wedding anniversary is an espresso machine. So and then we just popped the coffee pods in there, and we did have the milk frother that came along with it, but that broke, and we just microwave the milk to heat it up. And I have one of those, the little frother stick, and so I just froth my milk a little bit. And just a little tip, if you are going to you're making your coffee at home and you do froth your milk, pour the milk on top of the coffee rather than the coffee on top of the milk, because when your coffee gets expressed through your coffee machine, there are 3 layers of coffee: the heart, the body, and the crema. So the crema is that nice sort of like caramel color on top, and that's the sweetness of the coffee, and then the heart is at the bottom, and that's the the coffee taste. So if you pour your coffee into the milk, you're mixing up those 3 layers, and then you don't get the different layers of coffee as you're drinking it. So when my husband makes me coffee, I always say, did you pour the coffee on the milk or the milk onto the coffee? So pretty much just a little tip with your coffee making at home. But I'm not a coffee connoisseur as is. Yay! Now these things here are actually, I can't see the emojis, so let me just have a look what they look like on. It's a yellow trophy. Thank you so much, A3A Vegan. Let me know what your first name is as well, so then I'm not calling you by your handle name. In the first part of the A5 planner, based on the GT for the to-do list. Yes. So I read the book How to Get Things Done by David Allen, which he has the methodology that includes to-do list, project list, as well as a someday maybe list. So your to-do list is really anything that you have in your head that, or I think he calls it list of stuff. So I have a few different things. I don't know if I have the list of stuff in my current planner, because I do have my to-do list. So this one, I do have a video showing how, so this is a running to-do list. So everything that you need to do this week, keep it on one page so you're not overwhelming yourself. So after the live, I'll pop the link on how to use this to-do list. So what it is all the stuff that you have to do this week, whether it's appointments, calls, events, tasks and to-dos, you will write it down in no particular order down the list. So here it is: to-dos, appointments, events, habits, routines. And then what you will do is you will assign that task to a particular day. And then what you will do is you make sure that you don't assign too many tasks for the same day. So keep it to either 3 to 5 tasks a day or 5 to 7. And what this does is when you start allocating I think this is more the Alistair method. So this to-do list is based on the Alistair method, where assigning task on particular days. So it's like a running to-do list. You're just writing it all down, no particular order, no particular priority, but then you start going, when do I want to do this particular task? Do I have one? I don't think I have one. I just removed one because I was starting a new one. And then you would start going down the list and you go, oh, I've already assigned too many tasks on Thursday, I'm not going to assign anymore. Or on Friday I've got a meeting to go to, so I won't assign any tasks. So this to-do list method is based on the Alistair method. So I'll pop the link to the video on I showed how this is the running to-do list, but the get things done method of list of stuff. So stuff, according to David Allen, is anything that's in your head that you need to do but don't know yet the outcome. You don't know yet when you need to finish it. You don't know yet what it will look like once it's finished. So you will put it on a list of stuff and then pop it into a bucket or a collection of stuff. So either this is for me to do, this is for me to delegate, this is for my kids' school. So you then assigning your stuff into different collections or different buckets. And then when you're planning your week for the next week, you will look at that list and take one to two things from each task. So then you're like chipping away at that list of stuff. So there's the difference between the two. But yeah, great. Thank you so much for that question. I appreciate it, because so I do have a video showing how to use the to-do list, and I also have a video on the get things done methodology that uses list of stuff. But if you have any questions about those, let me know now or later on in the question, or if you watch those videos, pop a question in the comments section and then I'll be able to explain further, because that video was from last year, so I need to update it. All right, so let me know if anyone any more questions in the chat. So those are going to be, I'm going to continue using those for June. So I think on Monday, which is my live plan with me, I'm probably going to start creating my monthly page cover, also setting up my calendar with stickers and washi tapes. I fully relate to this, Myla. I bought the Filofax Molten set for over 200 Australian, and when I wanted to write in it, it would not sit flat on the table. So so frustrating. Did I miss a question there? So what I do, I'll show you what I do with the Molden. The Molden zip, because it has the pocket, the side pocket. What happens, and the Norfolk is also the same. So see, so if you let me move my other things, my desk is getting full. So it wouldn't sit flat like that. So what I do, because it is leather, and I'm not too sensitive about creating creases on my planner inserts, and then it's, you can't see it. Let me see if I can use the other camera and you can see that it will sit flat. So let's see if I can do this gracefully. See how it's sitting flat on the desk. So yeah, don't be afraid to, you know, it's up to you, because I guess the leather of the Norfolk is, you know, you won't see the creases. See how you can't see that crease that I created by folding it back onto itself. So of course, if you're going to have stuff in there as well, it may not sit as flat because then it's going to get bulky. But so let me just show you again. See how it's sitting flat on there, and then if I turn the pages, then it'll sit flat. Let me see if I have, I'm going to show you the Malden. So I do have the Malden in pink, and I want to make sure that, okay, let me grab two of me. Let me grab the other one and show you. Okay, so this one is the Malden, and then the leather itself is a lot smoother. So then if you don't want a lot of creases on your leather, then it might not be as forgiving with the textured not, you know, the textured leather of the Norfolk one. And then see the Malden, it's a smooth one. Let me show you the spine of it. Now I don't have a lot in this one, but let's see. So if it's on its own, so it sort of like has that curvature. So what I do is I just fold it back onto itself, and then it'll sit flat. And then when you have your pages, oh, here's the list of stuff, Mathilde. So list of stuff, and then, oh, this is for my content creation learning. But yeah, so I don't know if you can see. There's the creases on there. So if it's all going to depend, of course, on preference, on whether you like to don't want to have creases. Because I did buy a second-hand Malden in, I think it was a personal size, and when it came, it had a lot of creases on it. And at first I went, ooh, I don't like that. I don't like, you know, I like to create my own creases in my own planner. But yeah, so because it is a soft, Maldens are a much softer leather. See how I'm creasing that, and you can see right away the different creases. So if you don't want to have that on your, but yeah, try that A38 vegan and see by folding it back. And if you don't mind the creases, I mean, I don't know what color you have. I guess the lighter color you can't see the creases as much. So but yeah, now so that's the, oh, I have been on a couple of your lives, but usually catch up on the replays. My name is Anna. Hi Anna, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Let me see what's going on here. Ontario, oh, oops, I didn't read the rest of that. My name, Ontario. Thanks for the advice. I was scared I might break it if I bent it too much. Yeah, at first I was really like careful not to like create any creases, you know, when I turned the page. But because the leather is that soft leather, it's going to have creases. And then that's actually, I've seen a lot of other planner accounts that have those leather bound type of planners that actually create those creases, because then it's your own markings on your own planner. It was a Malden zip small size like the Sapphire. Yeah, so mine was the personal size when I first got it, and it's just had all these creases. But no, it should be, because the mechanism is a lot thinner. See how it's thin? So when you bend it, it's not as if you're going to create too much. Oops. Why is that? Yeah. and see how you can see the creases on the inside, and I don't mind that. It just means that I'm using my planners a lot of the time. All right, now for those of you that are here and listening to me with my lovely show tour of my desk and my different pens and markers, if you're getting value from this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone coming on and asking me the questions and seeing. Hopefully this is my very first live. I'll probably be a little bit more prepared for the next one, but I thought, let's rip the band-aid off and just get the first one out of the way, and then make sure that it's all done. Now, if you do want any of my planner printable download, check my shop at mariannecresp.com. I have planner printables for A5, Happy Planner Classic, letter size big as well. So let me show you. I'm going to be off camera for a second, but I'm going to show you, because I probably won't hear me. I'm coming back. Bear with me. Thank you. All right, so let me show you okay, so I do have the letter size planner insert, planner with discs, and I use this mainly to showcase the other planner sizes that my printable are available on. So this is the planner bundle. So you've got the dotted cover page, the calendar, habit tracker. Let me pick up this other one again and show you the difference. May. Okay. Let's see if I can zoom out a bit. Ooh, no, not zoom in, zoom out. All right. My desk is a mess at the moment because I thought I'd show, I was ready for whatever questions you had for me. So this is my A5. So that's my habit tracker, mood and sleep tracker. And this is the letter big happy planner size. Okay. There's the well-being planner page, A5, letter size, and so on and so forth. And let me show you the Happy Planner Classic size. Sarah here. Sarah from cold Australia. Yes. It's getting cold now. Earlier I had to put my robe on because I was just so cold before I was getting ready. Thank you so much. I now know A380 Vegan is Sarah. I appreciate you being here. And then this is the Happy Planner Classic size. Let me see where I think this is it. All right, so you have the calendar. So let's see the difference. So A5, Happy Planner Classic, and then the big Happy Planner letter size. So available in these different sizes. And I am also going to in the process of making this available in blank. So you can create your own headers with hand lettering fonts, or if you're in a different country, pop in your different language as well. So the new planner bundle comes with 5 weeks worth of a well-being planner and weekly spread. So then enough pages for a full month, 5 weeks worth, or if it's only 4 weeks, then don't print the extra pages. And at the back, it has a spot for your gratitude log as well. So gratitude log, let me show you my gratitude log. So I haven't been doing it as often, but trying to find those great moments in the day is really important. Into summer I'll swap because I dislike the heat. What do I like? I just like I like summer because then you can go to the beach, right? But I actually don't go to the beach. And I do love winter because then I love wearing the coats and the scarves and the beanies and the boots. But then I don't like it being cold. So I probably like the seasons more when it comes to fashion. But yeah, so what I need you, for those of you who are new to me, no, let's see if here. Make sure you sign up to my newsletter. So it is also, the sign up form is on mariannecresp.com, because now I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent with my content, sending out weekly updates, any news, any of my thoughts, how I'm coping. So hopefully that it'll resonate for those that also may be struggling that week, that you're not alone, that I'm there if you want to reply to my email to let me know how you're going as well. So sign up to my website at mariannecresp.com, and the link is in the description below. So I appreciate you all, and thank you so much for dropping by. You just don't know how nice it is to create a community with those who use planners as a form of self-care. So until next time, and I'll be more prepared, making sure that I do ask in advance for questions, or if you have any questions later on that you remember, pop it in the comment section. Thank you.